Hey there ladies, Scrap Basket Quilts, it's me Celia. Some of you probably know that I've been messing around with hand quilting for a little while. That's probably why I've been so quiet. Been actually trying to concentrate on that and at least make some headway to where it feels like I'm getting something done. So what I wanted to show you today, for all of you people who have ever wondered how a newbie goes about jerry-rigging something to make it work, I think I have something here. So this quilt was a UFO. It has been that way for probably about 4 years. I never could decide what I wanted to do with it. I finally got the backing piece together. Some of you probably remember that. But anyway, so what I'm getting ready to do right now is set up another block so I can hand quilt it. And originally when I first started this process, what I was using was Golden Threads paper, which is this kind of a yellowish colored paper right here. And it's like tissue paper from the old, you know, Simplicity patterns. It's about that speed. So I originally started that, put it over my block, and started sewing through it. I couldn't see what I was doing, couldn't see where the needle was coming up through the bottom. It was a nightmare. The paper tore really easy. I was probably just about done before I ever started because I knew there had to be an easier way to do that. So I have a beautiful, wonderful friend who one day just happened to speak up and say, "Hey, glad press and seal." Light bulb moment, let me tell you. Beautiful. So what I did, instead of wasting all of these, because I had traced out a bunch of these patterns for my quilt top, I just took a sheet of Glad press and seal, placed it over top of the paper where I had copied the pattern, and then traced again over top of that. So I actually have my pattern traced on the Glad press and seal. So what I'm getting ready to do right now is place it on my quilt top, and I wanted to show maybe a little bit how to do that. So what I'm going to do is peel this back just a little bit, the press and seal. I'm going to peel that back from my paper, which by the way acts as a backing, so I can have a lot of these made up at once, and I have them backed basically, and they're not all stuck to each other and a messy pile. So I'm going to pull this away just a little bit, just like that, and then I'm going to take it and lay it out. Here, let me do this. Normally it works a little bit better. I'm going to pull the paper back, crease it like that, and then I'm going to take it and flip it back over, and I'm going to place it where I want on my quilt. Now you can see here I have this cross hash mark in the center that goes through the entire pattern, and that actually helps me determine where I want to place it, because I have a cross mark in my block pattern here that it matches up with really well. So now that I've got this like this, I'm going to smooth that out over my fabric, and then I am going to take some pins here, and I am going to pin down the edge, just like you would pin your fabric pieces together. Okay, so now that I've got that, I'm going to take this, flip it up just a little bit, and I'm going to take the back of the paper, and I am going to start pulling it away from my plastic, my press and seal. Ooh, it looks like I got it right pretty much the first time. Just pull it back, away from it, just like a band-aid. And there it is. I have a paper now that I can put another sheet of press and seal on, because it still has the pattern traced on it. I can put another sheet of press and seal on it and retrace a pattern and do the process over again. The great thing about this is, aside from being able to see what I'm doing, is that if I get it wrong on the fabric, if I get it placed on the fabric wrong, I can just peel it up and re-stick it, and it actually stays down really good. However, I will still pin my corners and stuff, because when you get to moving this thing around a lot, your edges will start to roll up and they'll stick to themselves, and that's not what I want. So I would have a big plastic piece of mess, and like I said, that's not what I want. So anyway, as soon as I get this situated and pinned down, I'm going to stick it in my hoop and have at it again. Ladies, it's been a wonderful day. I hope yours is going well. Have a great evening, and let's go quilt.